In the vast expanse of the Milky Way, where countless alien races thrived and competed, there existed a species unlike any other. The Zephyrians, with their delicate, almost translucent bodies and soft, melodious voices, seemed out of place in the harsh reality of space. Their homeworld, Zephyria, was a planet of gentle breezes and shimmering, rainbow-hued forests. It was a paradise that had shaped its inhabitants into beings of peace and harmony. As the Zephyrians took their first tentative steps into the galactic community, they were met with ridicule and contempt. The other races, with their tough exoskeletons, sharp claws, and advanced weaponry, saw the Zephyrians as nothing more than fragile curiosities. In a galaxy where strength often meant survival, the gentle Zephyrians were deemed weak and unworthy. Grelix, a young Zephyrian diplomat, stood before the Galactic Council, his luminescent skin pulsing with anxiety. He had come to plead for his people's acceptance, but the chamber echoed with mocking laughter and dismissive grunts. "Look at this pitiful creature," growled Kazark, the reptilian representative of the fearsome Draconian Empire. "It would shatter if I merely breathed on it." Grelix's antennae drooped, but he stood his ground. "We may not have physical strength," he said, his voice a soft whisper that somehow carried through the chamber. "But we have other gifts to offer. Our technology, our art, our ability to heal." "Useless," interrupted Vorax, the silicon-based leader of the Crystalline Confederation. "In this galaxy, only the strong survive. Your gifts mean nothing when you cannot defend yourselves." The rejection was unanimous. The Zephyrians were denied membership in the galactic community. Worse still, they were labeled as easy targets, a species ripe for conquest or exploitation. As news of their rejection spread, the Zephyrians faced a harsh new reality. Pirate raids on their outer colonies increased. Unscrupulous traders took advantage of their trusting nature. Some races even discussed plans to invade Zephyria itself, seeing it as an easy way to expand their territories. On Zephyria, the Council of Elders gathered in their grand hall, its walls alive with bioluminescent patterns that reflected their distress. Elder Lumina, her once bright skin now pale with worry, addressed her peers. "We have always believed in peace and cooperation," she said, her voice trembling. "But the galaxy does not share our values. We must find a way to protect ourselves, or our civilization may not survive." The council debated long into the night. Some suggested developing weapons, others proposed hiding their planet behind advanced cloaking technology. But in the end, they realized that none of these solutions aligned with who they truly were. "We must search the stars," declared Elder Zephyr, the youngest of the council. "Somewhere out there must be a race that will accept us for who we are, a race that values peace as we do." And so, the great search began. The Zephyrians sent out scout ships in all directions, searching for a safe haven. Many of these brave explorers never returned, falling victim to the dangers of space or the cruelty of other races. Months turned into years. Hope began to fade. The Zephyrians, once curious and eager to explore the cosmos, now lived in fear. Their once bustling spaceports fell quiet, their dreams of galactic friendship shattered. But still, they persevered. They held on to their beliefs, their gentle nature, even as the galaxy seemed determined to crush them. In their darkest hours, they found strength in their unity, in the very qualities that others mocked. As Elder Lumina looked up at the stars one night, she whispered a prayer to the cosmic winds. "Please," she said, her voice carrying on the breeze, "let us find our place in this vast universe. Let us find those who will see our worth." Little did she know that far across the galaxy, on a small blue planet orbiting an unremarkable yellow star, a species was about to take its first steps into interstellar space. A species that would change the fate of the Zephyrians forever. The search continued, fueled by hope and desperation. The Zephyrians, shunned by the galaxy, clung to the belief that somewhere out there they would find their salvation. They did not know it yet, but their greatest adventure was about to begin. The lone Zephyrian scout ship drifted silently through the inky blackness of space. Its pilot, Lyra, had been searching for months, hoping against hope to find a safe haven for her people. Her luminescent skin had dimmed with exhaustion, but her large, curious eyes remained alert, scanning the star-filled horizon. Suddenly, a small blue and green planet appeared on her view screen. Lyra's antennae perked up with excitement. Could this be the one? As she guided her ship closer, she noticed strange metal objects orbiting the planet. Primitive satellites and a small space station came into view. Lyra's heart raced. This world had a spacefaring civilization. She tapped her communication panel, sending out a peaceful greeting in the universal galactic language. For a moment, there was only static. Then, a confused voice crackled through her speakers. "Unknown vessel, identify yourself. This is Captain Sarah Chen of the International Space Station." Lyra took a deep breath and responded, her melodious voice tinged with hope. "Greetings, Captain Chen. I am Lyra of the Zephyrian people. We come in peace, seeking friendship." On Earth, chaos erupted. News of first contact spread like wildfire. Governments scrambled to respond. Militaries went on high alert, and citizens around the world looked to the skies with a mixture of fear and wonder. As Lyra's ship entered Earth's atmosphere, escorted by a squadron of fighter jets, she marveled at the planet's beauty. It reminded her of home, with its blue oceans and green lands. The ship landed in a remote desert area, surrounded by a hastily assembled group of military personnel, scientists, and diplomats. As the ship's door opened, everyone held their breath. Lyra emerged, her delicate form glowing softly in the sunlight. The humans gasped, some reaching for their weapons, others staring in awe. Dr. Emily Sato, a renowned xenobiologist, stepped forward cautiously. "Welcome to Earth," she said, her voice shaking slightly. "We mean you no harm." Lyra's antennae wiggled, sensing the humans' mix of fear and curiosity. She raised her hands in a gesture of peace. "Thank you for your welcome. My people, the Zephyrians, seek only friendship and safety." As Lyra began to explain her people's plight, the humans listened with growing sympathy. Dr. Sato noticed how the alien skin changed colors subtly as she spoke, reflecting her emotions. However, not everyone was convinced. General Harding, a gruff military man, interrupted. "How do we know this isn't some trick? You could be the vanguard of an invasion force." Lyra's form shimmered with distress. "Please," she said softly, "we have no weapons, no armies. We have been rejected by the galaxy because we are seen as weak. We only seek a place where we can live in peace." As if to emphasize her point, Lyra's delicate wing-like appendages unfurled, catching the sunlight and creating a stunning rainbow effect. The assembled humans murmured in amazement. Dr. Sato turned to her colleagues. "Don't you see? They're not a threat. They're refugees." Over the next few days, as world leaders debated and the media speculated wildly, Lyra and a small team of human scientists and diplomats began to forge an understanding. The Zephyrians shared their advanced knowledge of sustainable energy and environmental restoration, offering solutions to some of Earth's most pressing problems. In return, the humans offered protection and a potential new home for the displaced aliens. Not everyone on Earth was happy with this arrangement. Protests broke out in some cities, fueled by fear and misinformation. But as more people learned about the Zephyrians' gentle nature and incredible gifts, public opinion began to shift. 1 month after Lyra's arrival, the United Nations convened a special session. The vote was tense, but in the end, Earth officially extended an invitation to the Zephyrian people. As Lyra prepared to send the joyous message back to her homeworld, she turned to Dr. Sato, her new friend. "Thank you," she said, her skin glowing with happiness. "You have saved my people." Dr. Sato smiled. "Perhaps," she replied, "you have saved us too." Little did they know, this unlikely alliance was about to send shockwaves through the galaxy, forever changing the fate of both species. The arrival of the Zephyrian fleet in Earth's orbit was a sight that would be remembered for generations. Hundreds of shimmering, Translucent ships filled the sky, their gentle glow visible even in daylight. As they descended, humans around the world watched in awe, their hearts filled with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. In the United Nations headquarters in New York, tensions ran high. Representatives from every nation on Earth gathered to meet the Zephyrian leaders. The room buzzed with nervous energy as the alien delegation entered. Elder Lumina, her luminescent skin pulsing with calm determination, stepped forward. "People of Earth," she began, her melodious voice carrying easily through the hall, "we come seeking friendship and offering our gratitude for your kindness." As the negotiations began, it became clear that this alliance would be unlike any in human history. The Zephyrians offered incredible advancements in clean energy, medicine, and environmental restoration. In return, they asked for a home and protection. Dr. Emily Sato, now serving as the chief human liaison, worked tirelessly to bridge the gap between the two species. She marveled at the Zephyrians' ability to communicate complex emotions through the shifting colors of their skin. "It's not just beauty," she explained to a panel of skeptical politicians. "Their entire biology is attuned to harmony and empathy. Imagine what we could learn from them." As weeks passed, Zephyrian enclaves began to form in various parts of the world. Their presence brought unexpected benefits. In areas where they settled, pollution levels dropped dramatically, and local ecosystems began to flourish. However, not all was smooth sailing. Cultural misunderstandings led to some tense moments. In a small town in the Midwest, a group of Zephyrians accidentally offended locals by attempting to beautify a historic monument with their bioluminescent enhancements. Meanwhile, in the depths of space, other alien races watched Earth with growing concern. The Draconians, in particular, were furious that humans had welcomed the weak Zephyrians. Kazark, the Draconian ambassador, stormed into a UN session. "You foolish humans," he snarled. "By allying with these pathetic creatures, you have made an enemy of the most powerful empire in the galaxy." The room erupted into chaos, but before anyone could respond, a soft glow filled the chamber. Elder Lumina had stepped forward, her skin shimmering with a calming blue light. "We may not have claws or weapons," she said, her voice somehow cutting through the noise, "but we have survived for millennia through cooperation and understanding. Perhaps it is time for the galaxy to learn a new way." Her words, combined with the soothing effect of her bioluminescence, brought a hush to the room. Even Kazark seemed momentarily taken aback. As the draconian threat loomed, humans and Zephyrians worked together to prepare. Human engineers collaborated with Zephyrian scientists to develop new defense technologies that were both effective and environmentally friendly. In orbit, a joint fleet of human and Zephyrian ships began to take shape. The sleek, powerful Earth vessels contrasted starkly with the delicate, almost organic design of the Zephyrian crafts. Yet together, they formed a formidable defense. On the ground, Zephyrians began to reveal more of their hidden talents. Their ability to communicate with and influence plant life led to breakthroughs in agriculture and reforestation. Their natural empathy made them excellent mediators, helping to resolve long-standing human conflicts. As the first year of the alliance drew to a close, both species found themselves changed. Humans had become more mindful of their environment and more open to peaceful solutions. Zephyrians had grown more confident, their gentle strength bolstered by human determination. In a ceremony marking the anniversary of first contact, human President Chen and Elder Lumina stood side by side. "Today," President Chen announced, "we are not just two species, but one united people of Earth." As they spoke, a message arrived from deep space. Other races, inspired by the Human-Zephyrian alliance, were reaching out. The galaxy was watching, and a new era of interstellar relations was about to begin. The news of the Human-Zephyrian alliance spread through the galaxy like wildfire. Many alien races watched with a mixture of curiosity and concern as the once shunned Zephyrians found protection under the wing of a young, ambitious species. On the bustling trade hub of Centauri Prime, representatives from various galactic powers gathered to discuss this unexpected development. The atmosphere was tense, filled with whispered conversations and suspicious glances. Vorthax, the imposing leader of the Kraxan Imperium, slammed his fist on the conference table. "This cannot stand," he roared. "The humans are upsetting the balance of power. And for what? A race of weaklings." Selenera, the ethereal diplomat from the Astral Confederation, raised a delicate hand. "Perhaps we should observe before acting hastily. This alliance may bring unexpected benefits." But the voices of caution were drowned out by those calling for action. Within days, a coalition of galactic powers announced severe sanctions against Earth and its colonies. Trade routes were cut off, and diplomatic ties were severed. Back on Earth, the effects were immediate and harsh. The fledgling human colonies on Mars and Europa found themselves suddenly isolated. Vital supplies of rare elements needed for advanced technology dwindled rapidly. In a high-security briefing room in Geneva, world leaders and Zephyrian elders gathered to address the crisis. The atmosphere was grim as reports of shortages and unrest poured in from around the globe. President Chen ran a hand through her graying hair. "We knew there would be consequences, but this is beyond what we anticipated." Elder Lumina's skin pulsed with a deep, sorrowful blue. "We never meant to bring such hardship to your people. Perhaps it would be best if we—" "No," interrupted Dr. Emily Sato firmly. "We're in this together now. We'll find a way through." As the meeting continued, a young Zephyrian scientist named Zephyr timidly raised his hand. His skin flickered with nervous energy as all eyes turned to him. I may have a solution," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Our people have always been able to communicate with plant life. But recently, I've discovered we can do so much more." Over the next few hours, Zephyr explained his breakthrough. The Zephyrians, it turned out, could not only communicate with plants, but could dramatically accelerate their growth and alter their properties. This ability, combined with human agricultural technology, could potentially solve their resource shortages. The revelation brought a glimmer of hope to the room. Plans were quickly set in motion to create vast, genetically enhanced farms that could produce everything from food to building materials to pharmaceutical compounds. But as Earth turned inward to focus on self-sufficiency, the Galactic Coalition's next move caught them off guard. A massive fleet of warships appeared at the edge of the solar system, led by the fearsome dreadnought of the Kraxan Imperium. The message they broadcast was chilling: "Surrender the Zephyrians, or face annihilation." Panic spread across Earth. Some humans began to question the wisdom of their alliance, fear overriding their better nature. Protests erupted in major cities, with some calling for the Zephyrians to leave. In the midst of the chaos, a small team of humans and Zephyrians worked tirelessly on a secret project. Led by Dr. Sato and Zephyr, they believed they had found a way to combine Zephyrian biomanipulation skills with human technology to create a revolutionary defense system. As the alien fleet drew closer, President Chen addressed the world. Her voice was steady, but her eyes betrayed her worry. "We stand at a crossroads," she said. "We can give in to fear and abandon our friends, or we can stand together and show the galaxy what true strength looks like." In homes and shelters across the planet, humans and Zephyrians huddled together, watching the skies and waiting. The next few hours would determine not just the fate of their alliance, but potentially the future of galactic civilization itself. As the hostile alien fleet loomed ever closer to Earth, the secret project led by Dr. Emily Sato and Zephyr kicked into high gear. In a hidden underground laboratory, human scientists and Zephyrian researchers worked around the clock, their efforts fueled by desperation and hope. Zephyr stood in the center of the lab, his delicate form glowing with an intensity never before seen in a Zephyrian. Around him, a strange, shimmering field of energy pulsed and swirled. "It's working," Dr. Sato exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder as she studied the readings on her tablet. "The bioenergy field is stable and growing stronger by the second." What they had discovered was beyond anything they had imagined. The Zephyrians, it turned out, could generate and manipulate vast amounts of bioenergy. This energy, when properly harnessed, could be used to create force fields, power advanced technology, and even influence the fabric of space-time itself. As news of the breakthrough spread, a new sense of hope began to take hold. But time was running out. The alien fleet was now just hours away from Earth's orbit. In a bold move, President Chen decided to reveal their secret weapon to the world. In a global broadcast, she stood side by side with Elder Lumna and Dr. Sato. "People of Earth and our Zephyrian friends," Chen began, her voice steady and determined. "We face a grave threat, but we are not defenseless. Today, we unveil a power born from the union of our two species." As she spoke, Zephyr demonstrated the newfound Zephyrian abilities. The world watched in awe as he created shimmering shields of energy and manipulated matter with mere thoughts. Elder Lumina stepped forward, her skin pulsing with a mix of pride and humility. "For too long, our people believed our gentleness was a weakness. But now we see that our true strength lay dormant, waiting for the right moment, and the right allies, to emerge." Across the planet, Zephyrians began to unlock their hidden potential. Guided by their human partners, they learned to extend their bioenergy fields to protect entire cities. In orbit, hastily retrofitted satellites were powered by Zephyrian energy, creating a global defense network. As the alien fleet entered the solar system, they were met not with fear, but with a united front of humans and Zephyrians, ready to defend their home. The first attack came swiftly. A barrage of energy weapons fire rained down on Earth, only to be absorbed by the shimmering bioenergy shields. The alien commanders watched in disbelief as their most powerful weapons proved ineffective. Vorthax, the Kraxan Imperium leader, bellowed in rage from his flagship. "Impossible. How can those weaklings possess such power?" But the human Zephyrian alliance wasn't content with mere defense. Using their newfound abilities, Zephyrian operators on Earth reached out with their minds, interfacing directly with the alien ship systems. Within minutes, engines failed, weapons went offline, and communication systems crackled with static. In the chaos that followed, a message was broadcast to the invading fleet. President Chen's voice rang out clear and confident. "You came here expecting to find an easy target. Instead, you've encountered a power beyond your understanding. We offer you one chance to retreat. The choice is yours." For a tense moment, the fate of Earth hung in the balance. Then, slowly at first, but with increasing speed, the alien ships began to turn away. The mighty invasion fleet, which had seemed unstoppable just hours ago, fled in disarray. As the last enemy ship disappeared from long-range scanners, cheers erupted around the world. Humans and Zephyrians embraced, their jubilation tinged with disbelief at what they had accomplished together. In the aftermath, Dr. Sato turned to Zephyr, her eyes shining with excitement. "This is just the beginning," she said. "Think of all we could achieve with this power. We could heal our planet, explore the stars." Zephyr nodded, his skin glowing with a soft, determined light. "Yes," he agreed, "but we must be careful. Great power requires great responsibility." As the sun set on this historic day, Earth and its Zephyrian allies stood at the threshold of a new era. The galaxy had underestimated them, but now they would need to navigate the challenges that came with their newfound strength. The adventure, it seemed, was only just beginning. In the months following Earth's surprising victory, the galaxy was abuzz with rumors and speculation. The once ignored human-Zephyrian alliance had become the subject of fear, admiration, and intense curiosity. On the distant planet of Nexus Prime, a galactic council convened an emergency session. Representatives from hundreds of alien races gathered in the Grand Assembly Hall, their varied forms a testament to the diversity of life in the cosmos. High Counselor Xerax, a towering figure with crystalline skin, called the session to order. "We face an unprecedented situation," Her voice resonated through the chamber. The humans and Zephyrians have upset the balance of power. We must decide how to respond. As heated debates rage, a small delegation from Earth arrived. President Chen, Elder Lumina, and Dr. Seto stood before the council, their presence causing a hush to fall over the assembly. President Chen stepped forward, her voice calm but firm. We come in peace, seeking understanding and cooperation. The power we've discovered is not a weapon, but a tool for progress. Elder Lumina's skin shimmered with sincerity as she added, "We were once outcasts, but the humans saw our worth. Together, we hope to usher in an era of harmony for all species." Their words seemed to sway some council members, but others remained skeptical. Vorthax of the Kraxan Imperium snarled, "Pretty words, but we've seen your power. How can we trust you won't use it to dominate us all?" Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the council chamber. Holographic displays flickered to life, showing a massive fleet of unknown ships emerging from hyperspace near Nexus Prime. Panic erupted as the council realized they were under attack. The mysterious fleet, bearing no known insignia, began to bombard the planet's defenses. In the chaos, Dr. Seto turned to President Chen and Elder Lumina. "This is our chance to prove ourselves," she said urgently. Without hesitation, Elder Lumina reached out with her mind, connecting with the Zephyrians who had accompanied them. Their bodies began to glow with bioenergy, creating a protective bubble around the council chamber. President Chen quickly addressed the stunned councilors. "Let us help you. Together, we can repel this attack and show the true strength of unity." Despite lingering doubts, the council had little choice. High Counselor Zyrax nodded her assent, and within moments, a plan was formed. As the battle raged in space, the combined forces of the Galactic Council worked alongside the human Zephyrian team. Zephyrian bioenergy powered advanced alien weapons, while human strategic thinking helped coordinate the defense. Dr. Sato, working with alien scientists, quickly adapted their technology to interface with Zephyrian abilities. Soon, a network of bioenergy shields enveloped the entire planet. In space, the tide of battle began to turn. The mysterious attackers, faced with unexpected resistance, found their advantage slipping away. Their weapons, initially overwhelming, were now being countered by the combined ingenuity of multiple races. The final blow came when a team of humans and Zephyrians, aided by alien engineers, managed to board the enemy flagship. Using their unique abilities, they swiftly took control of the ship, ending the attack as suddenly as it had begun. As the dust settled, a startling truth emerged. The attackers were revealed to be a collective of outcasts and refugees from various races, driven to desperation by the harsh politics of the galaxy. They had hoped to seize power and create a haven for themselves. This revelation sent shockwaves through the Galactic Council. Many realized that their policy of shunning weaker races had nearly led to their own downfall. The Human-Zephyrian Alliance, with its message of acceptance and cooperation, suddenly seemed not just powerful, but necessary. In a historic moment, High Counselor Zyrax addressed the assembly. "Today, we were saved by those we once rejected. It's clear that true strength lies not in domination, but in unity. I propose a new galactic initiative, founded on the principles demonstrated by the humans and Zephyrians." As cheers filled the chamber, President Chen, Elder Lumina, and Dr. Seto shared a quiet smile. Their journey had been long and fraught with challenges, but at last, it seemed the galaxy was ready to embrace a new way of thinking. The galactic showdown had ended not with the victory of one power over another, but with the dawn of a new era of cooperation. The once shunned Zephyrians and their human allies had shown the galaxy that together they could face any challenge. 5 years had passed since the galactic showdown, and the universe had changed in ways few could have imagined. The grand halls of the Galactic Council on Nexus Prime, once a place of political maneuvering and distrust, now buzzed with excitement and hope. Today was a special day, the inauguration of the first Galactic Cooperation Summit. Representatives from every known species had gathered to celebrate their shared progress and plan for the future. As the summit began, a holographic display flickered to life, showing scenes from across the galaxy. On a once barren moon, Zephyrians worked alongside burly Kraxan engineers, using their bioenergy to terraform the hostile environment into a lush paradise. In a distant nebula, human scientists collaborated with ethereal astral beings to unlock the secrets of faster-than-light travel. High Counselor Xerax, her crystalline form gleaming, addressed the assembly. Friends, allies, fellow citizens of the cosmos, look how far we've come. The galaxy that once shunned diversity now embraces it as our greatest strength. The audience erupted in applause. Among them sat President Chen, now a respected elder stateswoman, and Elder Lumina, her luminescent skin glowing with joy. Beside them was Dr. Emily Sato, recently awarded the Galactic Medal of Science for her groundbreaking work in bioenergy applications. As the applause died down, a young Zephyrian named Aura took the stage. Her skin shimmered with nervousness, but her voice was clear and strong. When I was a child, my people were outcasts. We dreamed of acceptance, but never dared hope for more. Today, I stand before you as the first Zephyrian graduate of the Galactic Academy of Sciences. She paused, her gaze sweeping the room. But I'm not here to talk about my achievements. I'm here to unveil our latest project, one that will change the lives of millions. With a wave of her hand, Aura activated another hologram. It showed a vast space station, unlike anything seen before. Behold, Haven, a refuge for all species displaced by war, natural disasters, or any other calamity. Built with human ingenuity, powered by Zephyrian bioenergy, and enhanced by technologies from a dozen other races. The assembly watched in awe as the hologram detailed Haven's features: adaptive environments to suit any species, advanced medical facilities, education centers, and more. It was a testament to what could be achieved through cooperation. As the presentation ended, Vorthax, the once belligerent Kraxan leader, lumbered to the stage. His gruff voice had lost none of its power, but now it carried a note of humility. I was wrong, he admitted. I thought strength came from dominance. The humans and Zephyrians taught us it comes from unity. My people pledge our full support to Haven and all it represents. The rest of the day was filled with similar moments. Former enemies becoming allies, old prejudices giving way to new understandings. As evening fell, President Chen found herself on a balcony overlooking the glittering capital of Nexus Prime. Elder Lumina joined her, her gentle glow a comforting presence in the alien twilight. Did you ever imagine it would turn out like this? Lumina asked softly. Chen shook her head, smiling. Never. When we first met, I was just hoping to find a safe home for your people. Now look at us, redesigning the galaxy. Dr. Sato appeared, her eyes bright with excitement. And we're just getting started. The breakthrough we made in bioenergy resonance could revolutionize space travel. Imagine exploring other galaxies. As they talked, a shooting star streaked across the sky. In that moment, Chen realized a profound truth. The Zephyrians, once shunned for their weakness, had taught the galaxy its greatest lesson. True strength didn't come from physical power or advanced technology. It came from compassion, from the willingness to see value in others, and from the courage to stand together in the face of adversity. The galaxy had changed, yes, but more importantly, its people had changed. And as Chen looked out at the stars, she knew that this was just the beginning of their greatest adventure. To the future, she said, raising her glass in a toast. To the future, Lumina and Sato echoed, their voices joining countless others across the cosmos, all united in hope and purpose. And somewhere out there, in the vast expanse of space, new wonders awaited, ready to be discovered by a galaxy that had finally learned to work as one.